how often do I reassess goals and passions, or do I recommend maybe reassessing goals and passions? So I think that part of that equation is also listening to yourself. You don't always have to stop to do that. Sometimes it's just a matter of listening to, again, your mind and your body. Are you dreading Mondays? Are you dreading something? Is there something telling you, whatever that feeling or symptom might be, that something is not aligned with you? On one time, I'll tell you another symptom that I'll share with you that maybe could be a good moment to reassess is if you find yourself putting off a goal that you set. So for me, I learned this along the journey because there were certain goals every year that I just totally didn't even start or barely tried or attempted. And I used to end up assessing those goals at the end of the year, and like we normally do, right? And say, okay, did I do this or did I not do that? And you look at the goals you achieve and you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then you look at all these other goals that you don't achieve and you're like, oh, that really sucks. And I used to beat myself up over those. But later I started to realize that there was a common theme after many years that I started to notice. And it was that the goals that I didn't achieve are the things that I was least interested in. The ones that I did achieve, I had so much purpose for. It was so aligned with me on so many levels. And it just made sense to go after those things, like just, go after them. I mean, with all the intensity that I could. But there were some things that I realized, I think I added that goal in there as a nice to have, or I thought it was cool at the time, or, somebody made it look really interesting at the time. And I thought, I think I want to do that too. Deep down, I didn't. So I think listen to yourself, listen to, when, look for those symptoms, just be aware of those symptoms and take those opportunities. You may find yourself reassessing once a week during moments of your life, and others you may find yourself reassessing like every couple of months or every few months. But one thing that I would do, and I think will always help you, is to also measure, which is not so much a reassessment of the goal, but it's a measurement of the goal. And usually when you stop to measure your goals and say, hey, how am I doing towards this? And that's literally it. That's the question. How am I doing towards blank goal, whatever that blank goal might be? Then that's a moment where you're actually reassessing. Anyway, you might realize that, oh, gosh, I'm really just not that interested in this, or I really don't want to do it. So that's what I would say. There's no like one formula that works here, but I would say as frequently as you need to at any period of your life, and you'll know when it needs to be more frequent, when you're perhaps not sure, you're, not yet as clear on what it is that you really want to go after.